Okay. So it says I'm live now. I had to check some settings. I had to do all that other sort of stuff. But anyway, so right now, this is for the Ratchet and Clank video game, okay? So this isn't like ripped apart the PS5 that came out on PS5 and PS4, the ripped apart or the OGs. This is specifically the Ratchet and Clank PS4 remake that they made, and it was based on the Ratchet and Clank movie that apparently did so bad in the box office that they kind of wanted a game with it or something. Something like that, right? That's what this game is based off of, I think. And I'm talking about that game. So if you're thinking I'm talking about Ripped Apart being crap or whatever, no, I'm not talking about that game. I will talk about that game some other time. But just to give you all context, all right, on what's going on. Beefy, hey, welcome to the channel. Hey, what's up, Rennie YT? So I want to talk about like when did I get my hands on this game for the first time like ever in my life. So I was a big fan of Ratchet and Clank growing up. All right. I played one of the Ratchet and Clank games. I think it was either the first one, the second one, or the third. Got a lot of ores for tomorrow. Yep. I'm ready for tomorrow, man. Ready for tomorrow. Because it still isn't tomorrow my time. By the way, we had that pizza. That pizza was so freaking good. But anyways. So I was a big fan. And you know, I only had access to the demo, the OG Ratchet and Clank demo, not Ratchet and Clank, the remake for the demo. Also beat Odyssey again, which was peak. Odyssey's a great game. Fantastic game, phenomenal game. I would play it again. But anyways, my point still stands, right? Is I played Ratchet and Clank back in the day, and I was thinking, you know, the Ratchet and Clank PS4 game was going to be that gameplay that it had all the way back on the PS2. Since Ratchet & Clank was way back on the PS2, and I was like 5 to 6 years old on PS2, so I would have no memory of which Ratchet & Clank game. But anyway, so I thought it would be the same as those games. And I remember this was like 2 to 3 years ago, so bear with me on this. I remember putting Ratchet & Clank for the PS4 into my PS4, and I was playing this game like on and off, like 2 years ago. And I remember like I was playing it because keep in mind, this is also during a time period we had no internet, and whatnot. Bow Dragon, I'm gonna give you some hell. What the fuck? I'm not gonna finish that. Sonny Gamer, yo, what's up? What's up, bro? How you doing? I almost said some fucking wild ass shit on stream. I guess I don't even know what to reply with that. But my point is, right? Yo, cool boy, how you doing, cool boy? Also, can we get some subscribers? I lost some. But anyways, as I was saying, Jaden, Gallego, sir, what's up? Where are you from, sir? Arizona. I've been in Arizona all my life. Did you go to special classroom at school? YM. Why are you in the closet? Because this is where I like to film or stream sometimes. But anyways, as I was saying, was when I put this game in, I remember I immediately felt like something wasn't right about this game. Like something about Ratchet and Clank for the PS4 to me did not feel like the original games or had the original story of those games in mind. And keep in mind, I realized this, right? I realized this as soon as I put that game in there, right? And I haven't played, keep in mind, I haven't played Ratchet and Clank seriously or gotten to the series at all in over 10 years. That is fucking wild. And I'm already feeling some sort of way towards that Ratchet and Clank remake about the movie. The game based off, very loosely based off the movie, by the way. What's up, cool boy? Mike, who cheese hair? What? No, wait, what? If his dad's walking in, he'd jump out of his skin. My dad walking in. My dad doesn't really walk in on me when making videos, okay? But anyways, and if he does, then it's very rare. Anyways, my point is, right? So I kept playing the game thinking nothing too much about it. But I remember I was getting so much into the game that I was kind of feeling like the more I played it, right? Let me word it better. The more I played it, the less and less feelings I had towards the game, right? So I was like kind of like getting more and more out of it since it wasn't like the Ratchet and Clank I kind of grew up with or the storyline I grew up with or whatever. And since I have never seen the Ratchet and Clank movie, I have no idea what's going on in the game, right? Good luck to you on your YouTube. I just subscribed. Hey, thank you, G-Man. Appreciate that. He's buck naked under that table. Do I have to fucking show you? I have shorts, my guy. I'm not a VTuber where I stream behind a fucking thing and I'm naked or whatever all the time, okay? That's VTuber energy. That's not me, buddy. I wear clothes, okay? I'm not gonna be like other YouTubers that don't wear clothes when making videos. That's just not right, bro. But anyways. Louis is just like, oh my gosh, right now out there on some Xenoverse shit. Or probably he heard me and is like, what are people doing to that man in there? But anyways, as I was saying, so yeah, like the more I was playing this game, the more I was feeling ill about it and the more I didn't want to play it. And I remember I was telling Louis about this game because there was no, I remember I was talking to Louis, and since this is when we had no internet, Louis was like, hey, what do you think about that Ratchet and Clank game? And I was like, and keep in mind, this is also during a period when, like, Louis and Dad, like, my dad would be kind of drunk all the time. So, kind of using this game as kind of like an escape or whatever from that energy. Sometimes it did kind of help, but at the same time, it kind of didn't, mainly because I'm sitting there like, this is not a good game. And this is, keep in mind, this is way before I had my Switch. This is way before I had my Wii. This is way before I even had half the games. This is way before Louis started working. So, like, I had none of this stuff. I had none of this stuff to keep me occupied or whatever. I still had the videos and stuff, but since I had no internet, I can't really post them or do anything with them. I just make them and leave them in my gallery or something. That's all I could do. So, but anyway, so, again, I was talking to Louis about this game. I was talking about how kind of bad it is and how this is nothing like the Ratchet and Clank I ever knew, actually. Like, this is something completely different. And I kind of wish the Ratchet and Clank, like, PS4 remake. And on Google, I also noticed this because I did research on this game. They said it's like the original game, like, based off the PS1 game and the Ratchet and Clank movie at the same time. And I was sitting there like, no, the fuck it's not based off original Ratchet and Clank, because if it was, I think I would remember the original story to Ratchet and Clank, okay? And the fact that they didn't have the original Ratchet and Clank, like, in the story, in the game and such, I don't know, it almost felt like I was playing a diet Ratchet and Clank game at the same time. Like, to describe how many feelings, different feelings I could get to you that are all negative based around this PS4 remake of Ratchet and Clank, or whatever the hell you want to call it for the PS4. Diet Ratchet and Clank. Nowhere near as good as, like, the original games. And that's just me just by playing this game with no context. I am not enjoying this type of gameplay whatsoever. And by the way, the gameplay for this game is like, you know, you go around, you do some platforming, you do some puzzles, you hit stuff with your wrench, you also have shooting gameplay. So they kind of like mix all that together, right? It's not like God of War or Devil May Cry type shooting and hitting stuff with your wrench. It's more on the softer side of things. Kind of like, think of something like Jak and Daxter 1, for example, like the first ever Jak and Daxter. That's kind of what Ratchet and Clank's gameplay is in this game. But at least in Jak and Daxter 1, they at least made the gameplay somewhat interesting. Even though I wasn't too interested myself in the Jak and Daxter series, and the gameplay couldn't really, like, hold me all that much, but I digress. Right? I'd rather deal with Jak and Daxter stuff than deal with what they got in this game. By the way, thank you for the 6 likes. I very much appreciate that. And also the 6 people in here listening to my review of Jak and Daxter. Thank you. Or not Jak and Daxter. I meant review on the Ratchet and Clank PS4 game. See, I even forgot what I was even talking about. But that's my point. This game, isn't fun. This remake game isn't fun. If you are a Ratchet and Clank fan, I would definitely avoid this game. And if you're just trying to look for a fun little shoot 'em up platforming type of video game, I would recommend the different types of Ratchet and Clank video games than this PS4 whatever the fuck Ratchet and Clank is. I'm sorry, but like this game is just not good to me whatsoever. The gameplay was boring. The story was I'm not even gonna lie to you. I couldn't even pay attention to the goddamn story. It was so fucking boring. It was nowhere near as interesting. And since this gameplay kind of has like a more like it's pretty similar to Rift Apart. I was thinking I'm not going to enjoy Rift Apart, but I feel like that's kind of unfair to kind of put the Ratchet and Clank remake PS4 game, and compare that to Rift Apart, where Rift Apart probably takes that gameplay from the remake and expands the fuck out of it. I don't know. I've never played it on all the years I've had a PS5/PS4. I've never played Rift Apart in my life, so I can't really tell you if that game's good or not, but I did have someone suggest me it, and I was like, you know what? That kind of gave me an idea to kind of make this video and talk about kind of how bad my experience was with the remake of Ratchet and Clank, for the PS4 from way back in like, shit, I don't remember the year it came out, but I don't remember I got it in the year. But anyways, I had like a physical copy of it too as well, like the Ratchet and Clank remake, and my dad was like, oh yeah, this is a good game. This is a remake of the first Ratchet and Clank, and I'm like, oh, I remember Ratchet and Clank. Let me go play it. You know what? I can't even blame my brain for ghosting the fuck out of this game. Like, without the gameplay, like I said, and the story was boring, and nothing was kind of keeping me engaged other than, like, oh yeah, I remember you're Ratchet and Clank. I used to play you. Other than, like, the small nostalgia that was kind of keeping me there, yeah, after a while, I kind of ghosted the game, and then I even ghosted the game, like, years later after that, when we had the physical version. I even sold my Ratchet and Clank PS4, same with Dark Souls 3. I sold that to, like, I think Zaya Records, like, years ago to try to see if we can get some money out of that bitch, but they just kind of took it in and not really gave us anything back for that. It's either that or, because I remember we didn't just trash them, I remember we gave them away. Ain't no one smoking cancer sticks here, my boy. Yeah, no one's smoking cancer sticks here. But, yeah, I kind of wanted to make, like, a small, like, stream talking about Ratchet and Clank, because that's honestly how I feel about this game. It's just not a good game, and I don't recommend it to fans getting into the series. I'd recommend this. This is something I would recommend. If you want to get into the series, play the Ratchet and Clank collection for the PS3, where it contains the first game, the second game, and the third game of Ratchet and Clank. And then do your research a little bit on the later titles, like the fourth game, the fifth game, or whatever. And then, get into the stuff like Rifts Apart, where it's like the new shit, the new gen Ratchet and Clank, which will be a lot easier to find. That's what I would recommend you do the series by, because I was actually thinking about buying the original Ratchet and Clank to kind of just play the 3 games all the way through, so I can actually talk about Ratchet and maybe get into his series a lot better than what this shitty game tried to do. By the way, if you want to know why my voice is shot, you need to go watch my Thunder Ray video. That stream was freaking immaculate. If you want some funny rage gaming moments, my Thunder Ray video is right there. It is hilarious. I streamed a lot, so that's why my voice is kind of shot. So you might be hearing that in this stream and probably the next few streams for like the next few days until my voice can kind of recover. But anyways, I don't want to keep you guys here for all of eternity talking about how bad this game is. I kind of talked enough about this game, this Ratchet and Clank video game, if you want to even call it that. Yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts on the remake of Ratchet and Clank are down below. I know this is a late stream, but you guys know me. If I have an idea, I'm going to go for it, because I don't want to, like, lose the fire of the idea sometimes, and that's why I kind of just go and act on the idea and just go and do it, instead of just kind of waiting out. But anyways, yeah, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share with your friends, and also check out my other streams. I have over 1,800 videos you can check out from me. It also includes a lot of banger, funny-ass shorts I got going on the channel. But anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow with some Bleach Brave Souls. We're going to be summoning for the Power True Shikai 1,000-Year Blood War Ichigo unit. That's what we're going to do over there on BBS. So hopefully if you guys do enjoy Bleach Brave Souls content, you'll be there. But anyways, Have a good night. Stay safe. It's crazy out there. And again, do not play the Ratchet and Clank remake. Just buy the PS3 collection. Okay, if you have a PS3 anywhere lying around, buy the Ratchet and Clank collection for PS3. Or if the Ratchet and Clank games, for the most part, are in the new PlayStation subscription service, maybe buy the PlayStation subscription service if you don't feel like going out getting a PS3 and then getting the game like the Ratchet and Clank collection or whatever. Then maybe try the PlayStation subscription service. Okay, they might have they actually have more Ratchet and Clank games, if, to my knowledge, if it's correct. They have more Ratchet and Clank games for that. So yeah. Anyways, see you guys later. Peace. Go ahead, say bye. Bye-bye. Can't believe this man wanted to join in on my video. And you...